family, family, family. And the thing is, when it comes to family, it doesn't mean your blood related relative. Who do you call and go, hey man, I got a serious situation with my daughter. XYZ is going on, and my wife. Who do you call? That is family.
Jim Brewer.
Jim Brewer.
Jim Brewer.
Jim Brewer.
Jim Breuer.
Hey, this is Jim Brewer.
Magic, magic, magic.
Every little thing to turn me on.
We're not allowed to. And by the way, hey Mike, how you doing?
Good, man. How you doing?
Good. Anyone watching this? I am not getting paid for this on my life, not 1 cent. But once again, I find myself needing fruit of the earth aloe vera gel because dumb Jimmy went on the beach yesterday because he was tired of everyone. Dude, I'm exhausted. I'm 56. I can't be. I mean, Christmas Eve, and people over the house, and this one's visit. I love it. I'm wiped out.
I bet.
Yeah, so yesterday I'm like, I'm going to go on Naples Beach, and someone said, if you go to this one section, there's like, it's not tourist. And no. So I find this tiny little section. The only bummer is no bathrooms. So I had to go like between a mansion and a house they're building. Like, no one's in that mansion. No one living in Naples is here. Like, they're not in these crazy mansions. They come here for 2 days, 3 days, and they're out of here. Then they're off to Paris, wherever they go. So I got myself a little seat, and I sat down on the beach, and my chest is on fire.
Oh, my.
My chest is on fire. Oh, my God. I'm going to join the Lobster Festival. So,
oh, my God.
Here we go. That's what I'm shoving all over my body. I am not getting paid. They do not sponsor me. Did I have the guy on the past? Yes. Did we do something in the past? Yes. But this is. Thank you. I'm not hurting, though, so that's good.
That's good. Wow.
How was your New Year's?
It was good, man. It was really good. I didn't think I would see a Waffle House at 3 a.m., but I did, and that was interesting.
You did that.
I didn't mean to. Yeah, we my girlfriend's daughter, she needed a ride home, so 2:00 in the morning we get a call. They go pick her up. We go. She's at a Waffle House with her friends, and of course we get there. The place is mobbed. There's prostitutes everywhere. There's cops. The lights are going. Oh yeah, it was fun at the Waffle House at 3 a.m.
What's what city is that? Is this Jacksonville?
That was Jack's Beach. Yeah.
Wow. Jack's Beach crushing it at 3 a.m. at Waffle House.
Oh yeah. We didn't get home until 4 a.m.
Good God. I haven't done that maybe since 97.
Dude, I was already in bed. We were done. We were sleeping.
I think the last time I was up that late, seriously, had it been like the SNL years after party.
Oh wow.
We're like, let's go downtown. See if any's open on Mulberry Street. Who wants Big City? Let's do Big City or pizza. Let's do pizza. That reminds me of a story. Real quick. We were just talking about where my daughter, my youngest one, I'm just talking about 3 a.m. and I'll banana it up. So I'm coming back from a Paramount gig. Coming back from Long Island. At the time, I'm living in New Jersey. And this is like when you think you're a parent and you think you're done at a certain age, or better yet, when you just plan things and you just want to live this moment that you visualize in your head. It's going to be you had a long work week or a long month or two, whatever it is. And you go, okay, when I get home, I'm going to do this. So I'm playing 2 hours away. I was living in Chester, New Jersey. I'm playing the Paramount when I was doing once a month there. So I go there in Huntington, which, by the way, there will be March 9th with Rich Aronovich and Joe Sib. Go to timbrewer.com. So I go all the way out there, do the show. It's amazing, blah, blah, blah. I drive all the way back. Now, my wife is babysitting my great nieces. They're probably at the time, one of them in diapers, maybe both in diapers. Okay, so she's not far. She's only about a mile and a half away, but she's watching my great nieces that night. It's my niece's kids. My oldest daughter, and the other two are away in college. So this is huge. My youngest one is sleeping at a friend's house. So I got youngest one sleeping at a friend's house, 2 kids at college. My wife is out of the house, and she's with the 2 great nieces. I start going, when I get home at 1:30 a.m., I'm gonna put my jammies on. I'm going to go on my back deck. I had this back deck. It faced the woods. It was beautiful. I loved that back deck. You'd hear the breeze come through. It was so peaceful. It was so amazing. It reminded me of being a child. I would just sit and I'd look at the sky, at the like shadow line of the trees and go, that looks like a monkey. And that looks like, it was so peaceful and beautiful. So I was going to go on the back deck, maybe 2 a.m. right before I go to bed, and maybe, relax for a little bit. And I had just relax. Yeah, I hear him laughing. Is it she knows what I'm talking about. And at this time, like, my wife's highly against anything. Just I'm by myself. This may be one of the greatest nights of 2018, whenever it happened, 2017, whatever. I'm just about to walk out on the back deck, and I get a phone call, and it's from my wife. And I go, this is not a good phone call because she's with 2 babies. And if she's calling me at 2 a.m., she should have been long. But one of these kids are going to the hospital. This is not a good phone call at almost 2 a.m. This is frightening. So I pick up the phone. It's my wife. I go, is everything all right with the kids? Yeah, no, everything's great. Are you home? Yeah. Okay. You got to go pick up our youngest. What? She's total. She's a car wreck. She's out of her mind. What? And she can't sleep over, and she's getting sick. I'm like, all right, so I'm picking up a kid first time, having a couple. All right, got you. Where is it? I go to the house. It's about 3 miles away. Go to the house. The mom is oh, I am so sorry. I had no clue. I had movies on for them, and I went upstairs, and I came back, and they said Dory doesn't feel good. I go down. It was horrible. It was horrible. I'm so sorry. I said, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Not your fault. These kids are masterminds. They watch you like, oh, okay, my mom is, my mom's not gonna have it closed, so let's just open up that like her cabinet. We'll pour their vodka. We'll put water in it. So I go in there, and there's my daughter, in the toilet. And she's like, I have to admit, she was funny. She goes, hey, Dad, I know I'm grounded forever. And I tried not to laugh. So anyway, the night then turns into, we're driving home. It's 30 below. She starts confessing to a billion things. And the funniest part about it was that she's like, I know I gotta do all the chores and I gotta vacuum every day. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry. And the funniest part, she goes, whatever you do, please, please, please don't tell mom. And I said, who do you think called, dummy? Oh, no, I'm in bad trouble. Yeah. But there was my whole night taking care of this banana. And this happened to me multiple times. So there you go, Mike. I totally feel your Waffle House 3 a.m. story as you're picking up your girlfriend's story.
I am so happy to have found you, Jim. My sister sent me your stuff tonight on the red balloon. OMG, Happy New Year. Thank you so much for making us laugh and making us feel like we're not alone in all this crazy chaos. We love you, Jim Breuer. Keep doing what you're doing. Happy New Year and God bless.
Jimbo.
What's she doing? Hey, you didn't flood out there in San Diego, right? Like, I know you're not San Diego, but I saw
No, dude.
Okay.
Dude, the waves so massive, all up and down the West Coast. Santa Cruz got nailed, where I grew up, like Capitola, just flooded. But I mean, here in Oceanside, San Diego, just, dude, bombs coming in, people charging, 15-foot waves, 20-foot waves. Just, it was insane to watch. I've never seen surf like that in my entire life.
What caused all that? I wasn't watching or
There's a
nothing.
thing called an El Nino that you know it.
El Nino, they come from this direction.
Exactly. So,
Everybody have a fun day. Long ways with El Nino. All right.
There you go. But it's just it happens every, I think the last one was maybe 10 years ago, but the waves, and the direction of the swell, for some reason, it hit Santa Cruz, really, and Mavericks, I'm sure you've read about that. That's like that's the big wave.
Oh, yeah. No. I remember.
Yeah, it's massive. But the thing that was crazy though was going down to the beach with everyone and just watching people get annihilated because there's there's no way I'm messing with it, but you would see these dudes.
You talking about surfers? You talking about surfers or just like a meatball
Surfers.
going like, oh, look at this surf? And then it comes because I saw
I'm
those
talking
videos.
I'm talking people that, when a swell like this comes through, people want to have a part of it. They, because it's already being talked about as, dude, the 2023 December 28th and 29th swell, like people are talking about, it's all, obviously it's all over YouTube and everything. You can watch these videos, but dude, just seeing people surf that size of wave and the energy in the water. I mean, you're standing on shore, but you can just see how much energy is in the water. And it was phenomenal to watch these people surf it.
Man. Well, cool, man. I'm glad you're safe and all that. And I'm glad people got some good surfing in. How was your New Year's?
Dude, it was good. Just mellow. I had a show and then I crashed out. And then that was it. New Year's in your 50s, it's amateurs for everybody else, dude. New Year's Eve's amateur hour. I don't want any part of it.
No, I don't either. It's so corny to me.
Yeah. Dude, what about, I got to say, like, not to change the subject, but dude, how stoked are you on Country Boy Will Survive right now? I just looked at it, over 1 million views right now. How sick is that?
It's good.
We're not going to be stoked on that?
No.
We can't, dude, I mean.
No, I don't, you got to stay, like, I don't, listen, am I glad people watch it? Yes, but I'm already a couple miles ahead. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't.
But can you ever get excited? Like, you never, dude. It's like, okay, excited. okay, we're not going to be like, doesn't that just stoke you? Don't you see that? And you're just like, no way. Like, don't you, is being excited lame? Like, what's up?
No.
I love I never see you get excited. Like I'll be in front of the venue, you guys, and I'll have to go out there to do something. You know, I gotta go run out to the van, and I'll be like, dude, there's a line around the block, bro. And Jim's like, oh, cool. Hey, so did you get the thing out of the? You don't even. It's not that you don't care, because I don't want people to think you don't care.
No.
Jim Breuer is a piece of work. He doesn't care about anything.
No.
But it doesn't, nothing phases you. Like, it's like, I never see, I think the only time I see you get excited is if, like, they, like, brought pizza backstage. Like, dude, we got this. Then you get excited.
Yeah. No, listen, and please don't let that ever bum you out, Joe. It's just, dude, it's like, am I happy that people are watching it and they're having great reaction to it? 1,000%. But I don't go crazy, because at the end of the day, it's like, well, okay, what?
Yeah.
It's like my last at bat. Here's a good analogy. In 1998, I did a sketch with Joe Pesci and De Niro. The next day, I'm nobody.
Got it.
You know what I mean? I'm still taking one day. Well, let me say. One night, I'm singing with Billy Joel. This wraps it up. This wraps it up even better. I'm at Madison Square Garden. I'm singing "Shook Me All Night Long." 20,000 people. Billy Joel, Bring Down the House Down. 7 hours later, my wife is telling me to take out the garbage because the truck is on there, and I forgot because I was and the kids are like, Dad, come on, we're gonna be late for school. It's just, at the end of the day, they're awesome accomplishments, and it makes me feel great that many people. But I don't go, this is gonna lead to my 10 movie picture deal, and this is gonna lead to the brand new. It just leads to, all right, we got to keep rowing. I just got to keep rowing. I want to outdo that one now.
All right, let me interrupt. Okay, I hear what you're saying. Because ever since I started working with you, you know, I would get excited about things because I would be like, oh, this is.
And I like that excitement. Don't ever let it poo-poo you. Don't ever let my non-exciting energy ruin you, because that's one of the things I love about you, Joe. Don't ever.
Okay, then let me share something with you, though. Okay, because the one thing I will say that you have, like, not that you've never like made me feel lame for being excited, because I get excited if we get coffee. Oh wow, we're getting coffee. Like,
he does.
I make a gratitude list every morning, and sometimes I put on there coffee. I'll put on, I was stoked because I went for a run or whatever. But my point being is, the only thing I'll say is this: two things, really quick.
Yeah.
The reason that this excites me with the Country Boy Will Survive, and even everyone, someone had to say it, is because like, I feel that it's so independent, and that's the world I come from, the DIY, do it yourself, punk rock, everyone, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
yes.
I love that, you were, because I was there on the sideline, sorry, Jim, we can't put your special out. Okay. And I remember I was more bummed than you. You were like, all right, we'll figure it out. You were cool to the dude. We've talked about that. The guy apologized, whatever. You walked away. And then all of a sudden it was like, you know what? You were like, hey, I'm going to do it myself. And I remember we talked about it because, my whole background has been do it yourself. No one wants to put my band out. I'll put it out myself. No one wants to sign Flog and Molly. We'll sign. So for me, I guess watching it this weekend, getting the text from, Mike that we went over 1 million.
Mike. Thank you, Mike. Mike sent a text to all of us, and I was in the middle of raging, whatever I was doing, pizza, whatever it was. But I was super excited that I will admit, did make me happy that you guys were all engaged and excited. That I really enjoyed that.
Because it's like a mini record company, dude. And it's like, you're the artist on the label. Everyone's, busting their ass and dude, all day long, you're going up against battles in this world of why this won't work. No one's going to listen. This isn't good. You had that moment with the material where you were like, Evan was like, Jim, it's go time. This is gonna work, man. I really think you need to get this out now.
That's true.
You kind of, you were watching it so much that you stopped. When you watch something so much that you stop thinking it's funny because you're like, is it funny? You were at that point a little bit. And then Evan talked you off of that, and you pulled the trigger. And I keep saying we because,
No, you guys are all extremely helpful. We all get together once a week and we talk about all this. So
I love it. But the thing that was the thing that I was like, man, this is such a victory in the sense of just putting material out, connecting with people on such a large level. And the only thing I'll say is this: I do get excited a lot. And my thing is I always go, I don't do it as much as I used to, but if this happens, then that's happened, and then this, and then we're on the jet, and then we're on the, I go like that. I don't do it as much. I don't do it as much because you
and then we're on the jet. Yeah, I know. I know. Once in a very blue moon, I'll think about that, but I won't go. I need to. It's funny. I saw it because I live in Naples, private jets nonstop, and for half a second I went, yeah, maybe one day, but whatever. I kind of enjoy it when someone brings me on once in a very blue moon. Like, you just live the moment and I'm out of it. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
All I want to say is this, though. Just hear me on this. As much as I've, sometimes I pull back a little bit like, okay, everything's cool. The only thing I was going to say was this. I think sometimes, Breuer, you need to at least have the moment of a victory lap. And I think all I'm saying is this. You don't need to go victory lap and think you're going on private jets. All I'm saying is I think sometimes you let yourself, I think you're a little like, you don't want to experience the, like you said, you do the Pesci thing, you do the De Niro thing, you do the thing with Billy Joe, and then next day you're taking the trash out. I get it. But sometimes I think you can at least give yourself a little pat on the back and go, dude, you made this, the kid filmed it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this guy, everyone, the guy that filmed it is this kid.
I know.
And he just did it on his own.
Yep. No, I get it, man. I get it. Thank you.
He was baking bread and doing lifeguard. And then you were like, no. So I don't know.
Yes.
I don't think people know that. It's the kid that filmed it. It's one dude. It's just
You're right.
One guy.
You're right.
Yeah. That's punk rock, dude.
No, you're right, man. You're right. Well, listen, it makes me feel good. And maybe, you know what it started? Listen, this is where I'm not good either. I was thinking about this on the other day where, whatever, we'll say office party. And once in a while they'll have a party or a getaway. There was part of me this week because I try to detach my emotions and everything, and I'm starting to go, I don't know, is that a healthy thing? Is that a good thing? Where I guess what I'm saying is this is the first time after I got that text from all you guys where I'm like, man, we should have like a getaway where it's just us. Or like,
dude, Mike said that.
Yes.
That was Mike's idea.
It's a vacation where I just book the rooms and whatever, and we don't have to hang out. We do like a dinner or whatever. Everyone gets to do their own thing. I'll have excursions or whatever. But yeah, that's how I felt. That's how I felt after this weekend when I get the text. So it's there. I think I need you as the cheerleader, and then I'll pull the trigger.
Yeah, I think all I think is this, man. Sometimes I think, Jim, rad stuff happens to you and you downplay it because you're like, I don't want to go. I don't want to be like full of myself and, hey man, it's cool. No. And all I'm saying is that I just would say sometimes you can go, you know what, man, dude, for like 4 people, 5 people, this is pretty sick because it's a cool little do-it-yourself operation.
No, you're right. You're right. But you know what really, really excites me more than anything in the world? Are you there?
What? Yeah, I'm right here.
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell the world what goes on in my head. What goes on in my head that I replay in my head all the time, more than almost anything else, as far as victories. All right, this is victory in life. Hitting a grand slam in the last inning in a wiffle ball tournament in Chester, New Jersey, where the guy who I was playing against walked off. His team was undefeated, and as he walked off the field, with his 40-year-old guys that he got from a professional wiffle ball team, and he was mowing everyone. And he walked off the field and he looked right at me, right at my friend Dan Reardon, Chester, New Jersey, and my other two teammates, and he said, "Are you scared, Breuer? Are you scared?" And Dan Reardon turned to me and he said, James, he calls me James. James, they've been killing everyone. And I just looked at Dan with all the confidence in the world, and I said, he hasn't faced pitching and he hasn't faced real hitting. And it was 2-1 pitching duel in the last inning. And it was him versus me. And there was about 50 to 60-year-old guys, 50 to 60, not year old, 50 to 60 guys and women watching this event, chirping, yelling, making fun of my team. And we're in his backyard. His backyard. And the bases where he had an 0-2 pitch. No balls, 2 strike. I'm 1 strike away from losing this thing. And I knew he was going to get wild. I read him. I saw the rage in his eyes. He could taste it because he let the ego get the best of him. He went, "I got 100 million. I got 1 million views. I am the champion of the world." He already was drinking the champagne, Joe. And I knew he couldn't concentrate. And he went ball 1, ball 2, ball 3, foul ball. And the next pitch, I put over the fence, threw the bat about 300 yards up in the air because I have that power. Those are the moments that excite me more than a million views, getting to be in a film or anything like that. Those moments of playing, and even though we won, playing, those are the moments that play over and over and over my head. So there,
Dude,
I let you in
okay,
on a little bit
all
of
right.
me.
All right, I get it. Okay, I get it.
But I am at that point at work where I'm like, you know what? I love this crew so much. I want to start doing little things. So maybe that's the next thing, because I think we got a killer team.
Well, it goes back to what I just said at the beginning, dude. Like I said, dude, you'll do a show. Well, everything will be and then someone brings pizza backstage, and you get excited, just like the wiffle ball story you told.
Yes, there you go.
I seriously thought you were going to lay something heavy on me right now. Like, I'm going to tell you something, dude. My father once said to me, and then instead you went down wiffle ball world, and that I got to say, I was a little thrown off.
I knew you were. I know you weren't expecting that.
I love that you know the names of these guys. Like, you're talking about, like, your listeners are like, "Oh, Jerry. Oh, yeah, Jerry and Chester. Yeah, I know who he is."
Anthony Chester, he knows who he is. Matter of fact, we went to Vegas I was playing Vegas, and he came to visit me with a bunch of friends. This is a true story. Now, this is a guy who's extremely successful. He runs a lot of PC Richards. I mean, that's a big company, and a great human being. And we're in Vegas, and I'll never forget what he said to me. He was all hammered up in my room. It was a bunch of, and he went, "I think of that game every day." And I went, "I do too." And we just laughed hard. Anyway.
I love that. I love it.
Those are the great
moments. I'm going to start, you know what, dude? You know what? I'm going to say this right now. Maybe I'm missing out. And the reason I gotta stop doing what I'm doing, and I'm going to go find some dudes to play wiffle ball. So I'm going to get out of here.
No. All right, man. I'll talk to you later. Go catch a surf.
No. Hey, brother. I'll see you soon.
All right. Much love. Later.
Thanks for having me, brother.
Bye.
Late.
Oh my God, Joe Sib is so funny. How funny is he?
Oh, he's
You
awesome. I
can't
love Joe.
you can't even I love how like he just jumps into it. There is no and that's the side of Joe Sib that I can't wait to see on the stage. It's like coming out slower and slower, but natural Joe Sib is so naturally funny and he's authentic. He's got his own words and everything. Anyway, this year is going to be in my opinion, I think this year is going to be absolutely bonker. I don't even know what to expect. I don't think anyone knows what to expect. But what I do know is the less and less and less you pay attention to politics and news and entertainment. That includes sports, which for some of you, that's just that heroin is too much. You can't undo the heroin. It's amazing. They say heroin's addicting. So is watching sports. And I'm not saying you shouldn't or whatever. I was a crazy. I was there, and I'm not. I don't want to be the guy that says, I stopped drinking, so all of you should. But if you really think of the thought process of how much energy you put in your life towards something that has zero invested in yours, you'll sit there and wait all week, all season, all year to put your focus, emotions, and energy into for 90% of humanity into teams that are losers. They're not winning that. They're lose. They're going to lose. That is such a brilliant way to control people's lives and energy. Wow. What a brilliant way to advertise everything you want them to see and be inspired by and commercialize. I got to say, but the less you pay attention to that, the less you pay attention to news, the less you pay attention to politics. Because the last few years have ripped everyone apart. Everyone apart. And it's so easy just to say, let's have a fight. It's so easy. To me, that's a cop-out. Where the real strength is going to come from all of us to go, we've all been played hard. We've all been played hard. Left, right, liberal, conservative, Republican, Democrat. We've been played hard. And you know who that has affected the most? How many people don't talk to their families anymore? I've got issue with a lot of family. They have issue with me. How many people don't associate with other people because of politics? Think about that. So what is the alternative? What do we do? How much of our lives are consumed with what's going to happen with our country in 2024? How much of your life is consumed with that? That's a serious question that you have to ask yourself. And the other question I'll ask you is, how much of your life is consumed with making life better without it and focusing on your family? Imagine using 5% of your energy because you can't wait for the Eagles game. And maybe they'll get this guy. And if they win this game, then they'll win the next game. And then maybe the Chiefs, if they do, think of all that energy you're putting in. And then, what do you, at the end of the day, what do you do? Oh, I'm going to bow to my shirt. I'll put my jersey on. I'm going to walk around the bar and let everyone know we're the champs. Which is, it's exciting. It's like if you're someone who never even watches any sports. Now I understand. I never understood those people that were like, I'm not into sports. I always thought they were weird and freaks, but now I get it. Now I understand. And they'd always have like this crooked smile as they stared at me. Like, oh yeah, I don't watch that stuff. And I'm like, oh well, you're just too cool for it. Now I get it. Now I get it. But the family. And the thing is, when it comes to family, it doesn't mean your blood related relative. Who's your family right now? You got a serious situation. Who do you call? That person's your family. Who do you call and go, hey man, I got a serious situation with my daughter. XYZ is going on, and my wife. Who do you call? That is family. Now, some of us have family, and I started thinking about this. And listen, I'm not a doctor. I don't know nothing. And I need to practice what I preach, and I'm going to do my very best to do so. I'm not saying this is going to be easy. But what I did notice is even on New Year's Eve, I wouldn't look at the TV whatsoever. I just wouldn't look at it. I wouldn't look at it. And then if you really, at the end of the day, and you're like, 10, 9, like, what are we doing? It's just another day. It's another day. It's another day. In my world. So we need to focus so hard on family because that's the only thing that's going to connect all of us. And I truly believe that. We focus on our family and we focus on our everyday lives, which is such a necessity, not just for us, but for everyone around us. And you build that home first. And you build that small community around you, that community meaning 2 people, 4 people, 6 people, the whole neighborhood. And anytime politics comes up, because politics, let me explain to you what politics, these words are words to cover up what it really is. Let's just go common sense. Let's talk common sense. If I were to say to you, these 2 guys are like going to come to your house. A couple guys, couple women are going to come to your house and just make sure, they're going to protect you all the time. And they're going to make sure things run great for your family. And you go, okay. But whatever you go out and earn, they're going to collect half. Like, all right, well, what do I get? I don't know. Once in a while, they run around the block and they start a fight and they want to use 2 of your kids to go over there and fight their fight. Okay, and they wanna take half your money, and then with the half of money you're left, every time you spend some money, they're gonna take it. Would you not say these people are criminals? That's a criminal. Explain to me how that's not a criminal. Explain to me whoever is in our government, our offices, our Fed, whoever is in there. How do they get to stay there for 30 years, 20 years, 10 years? And how do they go in with one amount of money and leave with hundreds of millions while you are wiping one of your parents' asses, while you are working 2, 3 jobs? Because maybe your kid has a side effect from something they took that they were told they have to take. Maybe your child was sent to a war that was a lie. And you're okay. You're okay. You're not pissed. But what you're watching, oh, we lost by that call. That pisses you off, and that'll make you fight. That pisses you off. I can't believe the referee was there's so if a kid your child, your brother, your sister, your wife comes home from a war that was 100% a lie. I can't believe that call. Are you serious? But you're going to wait the next 2 years when you get the office back, or the next 4 years when he gets in, he's going to solve all the problems. All your problems are at home. We have to realize we've all been played. Now there's common sense and all that, but I'm telling you, and I'll give you for instance, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I'm gonna be straight up. I haven't talked to some of my family, not talked, but like I don't want to be around them. Why? Because all they do is talk politics, and all they do is want to debate, and it's a disease. It's really a disease. You know, my wife called one of her relatives, and the relative she has just wanted this relative's acceptance her whole life. That's all she's ever wanted. But the relative can't see that because there's too wound up in, you know, she'll call and say, "Hey, how you doing?" And all I remember is when she brought it up the other day, she was so upset. She was so mad. She was so hurt. She's like, I called to say, how is everyone? Next thing you know, it's like, oh, Florida, they got guns down there. People should not have guns. And now we're talking about gun control. How many years do you gonna bicker and debate about that? And how many more times are you gonna bicker about abortion and pro-life and the border? How many times are you gonna go round and round with that and think you know what you're talking about? Because you don't know what you're talking about. You're nothing but a cockatoo. We're all cockatoos. We stare at the screen and go, you see how many people that they should take the guns away. You know how many children are murdered? Cockatoos. And this bananas go, Florida. He don't know what he's talking about. The governor of he didn't no clue what he's talking about. But he can't wait to hear. How many of us can't wait to take the information we hear from, we'll call it the hot chick some. If you're, it's basically someone you're super attracted to, whether it's through hate speech, or like, the other side is a bunch of dirty, filthy animals, and everything they do is like filthy and animal, and you like hearing that. You like hearing that. And then you can't wait to hear that and get infested with it. And then you can't wait to go and you're gonna show so-and-so who's smarter. God, our egos are crazy. I'm educated. I love when people say that. But when we get away from that and we just focus on family, those are some of the greatest feelings I believe all of us ever have. And I'll give you, for instance, I have a sister-in-law, and I have to hand it to her. I have to hand it to her. She would have Christmas Eves. She always has Christmas Eve. And every Christmas Eve, she'd have the entire family and whoever was there participate in games. And at first I'd be like, oh, God. And then by the time you're in it, We would have so much fun laughing our asses off. And it doesn't matter, we would have a 90-year-old, a couple 70-year-olds, the teenagers, the little kids, the 40-year-olds, for any age can participate, any gender can participate, anyone can participate. Boy, girl, doesn't matter. And all right, you got to squat down, pick up the balloon between your legs, crawl across the floor and drop on a balloon. If it don't go in the bucket, put the bucket on your head and run around 3 times. She would always have these games, and we would laugh so hard. So hard. And at the end of the day, she just brought the entire team together. Didn't matter what your politics were. Didn't matter how much you believe in getting the shot. I believe in science. Well, it doesn't matter. All that's put aside. And you realize that's the thing that connects us. And then those walls break down. And then you ask, how's your mother? She's doing all right? Well, she's getting older. It's hard for her to get the groceries. You know what? I'm not working on Wednesdays. I should, you know what? I'm going to go there. What am I doing? Let me go Wednesday and pick up some groceries for your mother. And this one's lonely. Who's lonely? The one up the street. It's my aunt. You know what? Let's go visit them just for an hour. We'll bring them bagels. Bring them a little something. Years ago, we didn't have therapy. We had friends. We had family. We have to find something this year. And I say we start with focusing on family or things that you cannot bring up politics. So what's the difference between, because no one trusts voting anymore. Do you honestly believe in voting? Does anyone out there believe in voting? Does anyone, after what you saw, and I don't care if you love Trump, you hate Biden, you love Biden. I don't care what you think you are, what team you joined, and what team I've always been a Democrat ever since. Well, aren't you special? You joined a team. Good for you. Rah, rah. What? How many times are you going to be disappointed in this nonsense? We've all been scammed. Crooks rule our lives. Crooks rule our lives. They steal your money. They take it. They start fights. They want to bring our children. They tax us. I thought we freed ourselves from England. Why are they our best friends? Or did we not free ourselves and we got conned? Or is it the banking system? Whatever it is, doesn't matter. We're going to have to find something that connects everyone. Like quick. Because they're going to distract the living daylights out of you. And the fact that people, I want to play this clip real quick. Let's just play this real quick. Mike, play the Julian Assange. This is before you even play this. I've been saying this from the beginning of time. You could go back to even some of my stand-up pieces way back when I saw it as clear as day. You'd have the news, and on the bottom, they were scrolling, read the bottom, read the bottom, read the bottom, read the bottom. Someone tried to steal that bit from me, but that's another whole story. Read the bottom, read the bottom, read the bottom. And it's like, they want your attention 24/7. Why do they want your attention? Oh, it's for entertainment. It's just no, it's not. It's something a lot deeper, a lot more cynical, in my opinion. Did we trade for so-and-so yet? God, if we could just get so-and-so, then we should be able to get in the playoffs. And once you tap out, you realize how goofy it is. You really realize how goofy it all is. Did you see the new Netflix series? They're telling us everything. Just watch that series. They're saying everything. It's already said, like, the electric cars are going to be blowing up and, like, covering the bridges. And Obama made it. What happened to his chef? It's the Kardashians. It's the Kardashians, everybody. Politics, everything's the Kardashians. Kardashians not real. Reality TV is not real. When are you going to understand that? The boyfriends, the cook, they're all actors. It's produced. It's edited. They're casted. They're allowed to say reality. We've all been conned of what a reality is. And to me, the one of the biggest sources, even without this, there is no government, because this keeps government powerful and alive and keeps us all constantly in this madness game, this godless game, this unspiritual game, this soulless game, this vanity game, this ego game, this false idol game. All very dangerous. Listen to what this guy says.
I think the media is, in general terms, one of the most destructive forces that has ever existed. It has led to nearly every war that we've had, certainly the wars by democracies, all the big wars that you can name, at least in the post-World War II period, and to a degree, even in World War II, were built up. Their populations were mobilized on the back of lies, from the Gulf of Tonkin incident to the Iraq War to the Gulf War. So the average death count per journalist, I did a calculation for US journalists recently, is something like 130 kills per journalist as a result of them not treating their function seriously, or claim societal function seriously, which is to provide the truth, and instead spreading propaganda and lies of the major power establishments in the countries that they're in.
Now, he says it plain as day, and you can't get any more truthful to everything he just said, in my opinion. Why would you and this is where I'm begging you as society to check yourself. To check yourself. How bad do you need to hear what these paid shills are saying on the screen? Whether it's NBC, CNBC, Fox, ABC, they're all one big program to suck your energy, make you fight. We have to stop. If they lied about one thing, you keep listening? You keep listening? Why? Now they're going to tell the truth? Oh, now, you know what? They lied for the last 100 years about wars and weapons of mass destruction. And yeah, a bunch of us came back with no limbs and PTSD. And yeah, we're not going to help them. We're going to get money and go stop Russia from taking over the world and send $1 billion. And oh, wow, this politician has $100 million now. And this politician has $300 million now. And this one's got $250 million. Oh, here's a guy who plays baseball. He's got $800 billion because he throws the ball really good and he hits the ball really good and he sells a lot of t-shirts, while you, the Republican, you, the Democrat, you, the liberal, you, the activist, you, the human being, get suckered. Someone's holding the back of your head right now. That's all of us. You got to turn your back on it. All of it. Don't get on the bus. We have to find something this year. And every time someone brings up, I joked around when we, first, like, we can't find the supplies. What a joke that was. We got no supplies. I said, then if you hate Trump so much, but would you love him if all the Trump supporters were able to get the boats and go get the supplies? And we should have a reality show where it's uh, if you hate Trump lovers, Trump haters, get them on one boat and they got to go out to sea for an hour and they can only talk about family. And every time they bring up politics, they get immediately tossed overboard. You're thrown
Walk
over.
the plank.
You got to walk the plank. Every time, you're sitting there like, my sister, well, that's because Trump. Oh, walk the plank. Walk the plank. So,
Cockatoo, I know facts and figures. Trust the science, trust the science.
the minute people start doing that, walk the plank. And you got to drop in the water, make it back to land, and then you got to start all over again until you learn you don't know what you're talking about. And you're being played. And that's not going to connect us. It's just going to divide us. That's it. It's just going to divide you. And if we approach everything of some way a loving manner, you take any harsh subject. It's not to be lumped into. They love lumping things into a group. They love labeling. The minute you hear labeling, you're already walk the plank. Walk the plank. In the water you go. Throw them a life vest. Bring them back to shore. They got to start all over. All you can talk about is real life situations, and how you can help one another. So the next time you feel yourself getting ready to be divided, now sometimes people can't. They want to bring something up, and they won't allow the conversation to go into family. They won't allow the conversation to go to their heart. Our hearts are. When we allow our hearts to lead, so many of us are afraid of being hurt. Being hurt emotionally sucks, but that shouldn't allow you not to love again, because love is worth that incredible, beautiful, awesome, graceful feeling. No matter how many times you've been hurt. I understand if you're reluctant, and some people just can't. They can't let that go. And if you bring it up to them and they can't, you got to go, hey man, we'll talk another time. I love you and I hope your mom stays well and I hope your marriage is doing okay. And if you need any help with the kids, you let me know and keep me updated on what's going on. If they want to stay in the politics and they want to stay in the debates, let them. They're not ready yet. And every time they come, it's like a kid. You know how a little kid comes up to you like, I want a cookie. I want a cookie. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. And they're dropping on the floor. It's the same. Someone talking about politics. They're dropping on the floor and they're rolling around. Like, I can't even believe it. They did this and they did that. Just like, oh my God, look, there's a bird flying away. You got to distract them. Bring them back to reality. Bring them back to life. Bring them back to what's pure. What is pure? And I truly believe every single one of us as beings, human being, all of us have beings, have so much power within, so much beauty within, so much inspiration within. The spirituality that we're all born with, our basic instinct, is taken out of us from the moment we're born. And this whole system is designed to do that. And the minute we all realize, it still all exists in all of us, and how powerful it is, and how beautiful it is, and how healing it is, we will never need politics ever again. We will never need to watch any of the television again. We will never need what we call entertainment ever again, because we have everything we need from within. And I don't care what religion you are, what book you read to get you to the Almighty. We all got to start somewhere. All right? So let's make this year no politics. Let's focus on the family. Let's focus on uniting. We're going to need it. We're going to need it. I'll end this by playing a Rich Aronovich clip. He's going to be doing a show March 9th with us at the Paramount in Long Island. It's going to be one I'm hoping he absolutely murders, comes out dancing, crushes, then does his stand-up, leaves, and then he starts being able to do his own shows like that. I think it's got great potential. It can go either way, but I think it's going to do well. Send each other funny videos. Send each other pet videos. That's another thing. Hospitals. They should have any hospital. Why are they always white wall? I get maybe, I don't understand white walls and all that stuff. Let's, I remember I bring my wife and I go to like the cancer facilities and all that. I'm like, why? They should have puppies playing on screens or peaceful, like nature shots and stuff like that. They should have that. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. All right. Much love to everyone. Thanks for hanging out in the Breuniverse. Go to jimbrewer.com. I'm coming to Texas for a couple cities, and I hope you guys come to see the show. I'm pretty stoked about it. And I'm starting to plan my fall tour where it's going to be a very, I believe, I'm not sure what to call it yet, but it's going to be very powerful real life testimonials. And when I say testimonial, I'm not talking a religion. I'm not talking, matter of fact, I think everyone out there that uses that term, I'm not religious, but, and they got that but, this is going to be beautiful for them. It's going to be very beautiful for them. I've been wanting to do this for years and years and years. And I don't care if there's 2 people in the audience. If one of them are moved, healed, touched spiritually, then it's going in the right direction. Happy New Year, everyone. See you next week on the Breuniverse. Take care, Mike. If you'd like to check out this episode uncut and uncensored, head on over to my Patreon page at jimbrewer.com/Patreon. Hey, this is Jim Breuer, and I got my own Patreon page, and hopefully you'll check it out. Live comedy concert streamed once a month. Early access to the Breuniverse podcast every single week, and have bonus footage and bonus segments. I promise you I'm not going to let you down. Go check out my official Jim Breuer Patreon page, and I'll see you there.